So Sasha, could you please break down this Try Guy's infidelity for me?
Yes. So before we even get to that, I also saw a lot of like, what is a try guy? Who is a try guy?
Mhm.
So just a quick history lesson. The group was formed by BuzzFeed in 2014 by then employees Ned, Eugene, Keith, and Zach. Okay, so they together made the Try Guys, and very apt to their name. The point is that they were guys that were trying things for the
So,
first time.
is this the guy version of Ladylike?
Ladylike is, I think, the female version of the Try Guys.
Well, to me, Ladylike is
Oh,
first
in
in
that
my
way,
heart.
yes, correct, and they
Okay,
should
thank
be.
you.
But yes, it's the same thing, but I believe Try Guys just was formed first. Anyway, so blah blah blah. They were at BuzzFeed. They were at BuzzFeed together, and then what you maybe have seen, I think they're one of their most viewed videos was labor pain simulation. So
Okay.
that's like kind of, I've been watching them for a while. I used to watch BuzzFeed for a while, okay? And then turns out in 2018 they announced officially that they had left BuzzFeed. This is when like the whole why I left BuzzFeed
Yes.
videos was a whole genre. And they started their own company called Second Try LLC, but they get to keep the name Try Guys, which is huge because BuzzFeed usually, is like on with its
Yeah.
like trademarks, with all of it. Like BuzzFeed
Well, that was
owns
the whole thing,
everything.
is BuzzFeed owned all of the content, and so that was why a lot of people were leaving.
Exactly. So that's what's really great about, these four guys. They were able to like not only take themselves but take their brand with them. And so anyway, they started over in 2018, and I mean have I think 7 point something million subscribers. Like they're doing
Wow.
well for themselves.
That's wild.
Yeah. Like they're big, and I think they like already are at 1.6 billion views.
Not me not knowing who the hell this is,
Yeah,
and
and
they're, like, so famous.
yeah, they've
Embarrassing.
they've written books. They did which I have to laugh cuz the book is called The Hidden Power of Fucking Up,
Okay. Well,
which Ned
it turns out, yeah, Ned has unlocked that secret power.
Exactly. Okay. So that's a little bit of background of who the Try Guys are. I like their content. I'm not like a super follower where I watch every single videos, but I like their content. Okay. So
Okay, fair
anyway,
enough.
they've done a lot of stuff. They have merch, blah blah blah. And what I really like is they do a lot of no recipe or without instructions videos.
Okay.
So one of them, one of that series got taken by Food Network, actually. So now they're
Oh,
on Food Network called No
what?
Recipe Road Trip with Try Guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. So that's a little bit, again, they're basically a big deal, is the point. Okay, cool.
But if you, like me, did not know who they are until today, please don't feel bad because I'm chronically online and I had never heard of these people.
Yes. So now back to who the F are the Try Guys. So every Try Guy has their own like kind of unique brand. So
Okay.
Keith is kind of known like loves food. So his series is like eats everything off the menu, blah blah blah, whatever. And then he obviously was like, I can't eat everything by myself. So
Okay.
brought in actually I think from BuzzFeed, don't quote me on it. But anyway, they have a team right now cuz they're an
Of
LLC.
course.
Brings in now officially two women called YB and Alex,
Okay.
called the Food Babies. And
No, not the food babies. Oh, I don't like that.
yeah, it was weird. And one of them, Alex, who will come up in the story later, is I think an associate producer, and then YB is a senior editor. So they have
Okay.
other jobs, but they also are just like have ridiculously high metabolisms because they can YB specifically like eats everything, and interest like they're known for like being skinny and high metabolism, and they
Oh,
can
it's
eat
so
everything.
cool how when skinny people can eat a lot, it's so
Exactly.
entertaining, but if you aren't skinny, suddenly you need to count your calories.
Yes. Exactly. So that's why so that's where that's all going on. So that's how the food babies come into play.
Okay.
Now, Eugene Lee Yang, who is my favorite, also the only non-white guy out of the three, has done a lot of like amazing social justice and et cetera, like queer work as well. So that's why we love Eugene. And then there's Zach, who's also he's very much, and if you're Ashkenazi Jewish, I'm Jewish, so that's why I'm
Mhm.
saying this. I want to make that clear. So if you're Ashkenazi Jewish, like you know what I mean, has like every ailment under the sun, and that's like his brand, or he's like the quirky Jewish guy.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
Which I feel like is a bit of a stereotype.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. And then there's Ned. And Ned is known for going to an Ivy League, I believe Yale. He has a chemistry degree from Yale,
Okay.
and has a wife. That is what he's known for. Okay. Like, there's a whole compilation videos of him being like, I love my wife. I love my wife. That's
Oh my
Ned.
god.
Yeah. So
Which, like, okay, cool, good for you.
yeah. Okay. So now that you have a background,
Yes, thank you.
things have come up on said internet, on Beyonce's internet, and it says there was a user, okay, that allegedly was Will. Now you ask, who the F is Will? Because I didn't bring him up. Well, guess what? Alex from Food Babies, Ned's employee, is engaged to a man named Will.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, so there's more layers. Got it.
So the scandal is that Ned and Alex were in a, we don't know. Okay, Ned was cheating on Ariel, his wife, with Alex, is the point. Ned later on, like just came out today, said it was consensual, but like I said, it's a power dynamic, y'all. So even if it's consensual, there's a lot, that is her boss.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Everything is coming up of like completely consensual, and they're also obviously like, spoiler alert, but Ned is no longer with the Try Guys, and people are saying, "Oh, he got fired for cheating on his wife." I would suspect that he got fired for having a relationship with someone that he is the boss of, because that is not consensual due to the power dynamic.
Period. Okay, just get that. That's our baseline that the mess
Yes.
magnets are working from. All right. So while that's happening, it was weeks ago, actually, that there's been a post detailing the rumor that Ned has been spotted hooking up in NYC. Why did I say NYC? New York City.
And
About 3 weeks.
NYC,
It's because I was
baby.
reading it. Oh my god. About 3 weeks ago, actually. Shortly after the incident in question, because the incident was that Alex and Ned were kissing at a bar, which was on September 3rd. But nobody believed that user, and then the post got deleted.
That
Okay.
is so messy.
Yes. Fine, right? You were like, okay, sure. But then Ned has been absent from videos for the past few days. And
Oh.
not only that, he's been like away from video sponsorships, right? Like all of it.
Yeah, I had seen some stuff of him getting photoshopped out of ad campaigns that they were
Yes.
doing.
Yes, not just act like everything. They're I think currently doing a series phoning it in, and he is the judge. So so all of a sudden it's like weird zoom ins so that one person is cut out him, and
Oh.
and he's in the middle of, because he's the Try Guy. So he's cut out and you can see like the pink shirt like
Damn.
in some weird clips. So the point is, internet, it's gonna internet and they will find out. So
Yes.
it's pretty obvious. The point is that he's been edited out of videos. He's been even in their intros of that I watched today, actually,
Mhm.
he's not in them.
Wow. Damn, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and so I also saw the screenshots of messages that had been sent to Will to be like, "Hey, by the way, I saw this happening." And it's literally like video footage in the club of this couple like making out. And then people go and they find on social media Ned and Alex in those outfits, like on that
Mhm.
day in New York. Like, yeah, that's the same purse that she was carrying in this picture of the two of them. Like,
Yep.
not looking great.
Exactly, and people have narrowed it down to her purse. Actually, she's wearing
Yeah,
a white purse, so that's where it happens.
wild.
And then turns out the screenshots, because it's screenshots, we don't have actual video,
Yeah.
or there is a video, but I don't want to
I don't
count
think that
it.
the video's been posted. Like, I think there was a video in the messages, but we just see a screenshot
No,
of,
I've
like,
seen
the
the videos
no.
on at Ned Exposed,
Oh,
Twitter. Yeah.
not at Net Exposed. Oh my
And
god, when I
it's
have to
Ned
look.
Fulmer Exposed or whatever. I don't know, but the point it's just Ned standing with his back. So I'm not gonna count it. Is my point. But there are pictures. Okay. And people were still like, that could be any generic white guy, blah, 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 so, and it could be, anyone, because it is pretty blurry. So, allegedly, it was also Ned's phone number shared in the screen caps to
Oh,
to prove that this person, knew what they were talking about. Okay.
damn.
Yeah. And then and this happened all on Reddit. So then the users started paying attention to who was following who on IG, blah blah blah. And it looks like Will, her fiance, was actively scrubbing his feed on
Oh my
September
god.
26th and 27th. Okay. Again, before today's the 27th that we're recording this, so way
Yes.
before. And he unfollowed obviously Alex and Ned. He privated his account, then only to later go back to public, private, back and forth. Okay. And then he's confirmed, it's also been confirmed that he's following the person who was allegedly sending him all these tips.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. And then Alex obviously has also deleted now everything. Alex has unfollowed Ned. Ned is blah blah blah. Okay, whatever.
Wow.
And then YB, one of the food babies, is also unfollowed everyone. Um,
Not everyone.
yeah, I mean everyone involved, rather, I should
Okay.
say. And she was supposed to be her bridesmaid.
Well, I mean, I
Yes.
am assuming that the engagement is over.
Well, yeah, but it's just like, but that's supposed to be her friend, is
Well,
what
and
I'm
that's also
saying.
but that's the thing too, where it's like, how long was it going on that nobody knew for them to be so bold at a bar in New York
That's
when
what
they're
I'm
public
saying.
figures? And like, how did like YB didn't know and they're best friends and we're gonna be in the wedding? Like, that also feels wild to me. But I guess if you're all coworkers, you feel like you have to keep it a secret. It's wild.
Yep. And then there was a staff member, I believe his name is Jake, that actually posted a TikTok and was like Adam Levine, John Mulaney, and then he's reading their cookbook, Ned, and
Oh, messy.
this is before the Try Guys confirmed anything.
Messy. Well, and
Yes.
I also saw, like, a screenshot of a Reddit comment of someone talking about, like, this had been ongoing for a long time and people did know, and that this is just it coming public.
Yeah. So
So
people are
ugh.
saying unconfirmed, unconfirmed,
Yes.
unconfirmed
Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
that it was Will who leaked it, aka her fiance. Oh yeah. And then people were still
Mess.
skeptical, right? They're like, no way. Like, Ned loves his wife. That's literally, he's made a career out of it, right? Cookbooks, DIY stuff. I think a line in Target, right? Like everything, podcasts, etc., etc. Like, it can't be, it just can't be. Well, it turns out now the Try Guys posted themselves that Ned has been out, that he is
Oh,
no longer a
man.
member of the Try Guys. And then that, started the ball rolling on more. And then Ned himself put out a statement. And this is where, Kirsten,
Oh my
I
god.
have to read it because I'm so mad at the statement. And it's so disgusting, honestly, because it's Ned's statement says, family should have always been my priority, but I lost focus and had a consensual workplace relationship.
No,
I'm
you
sorry.
didn't, boo. It's not consensual if you're their boss.
And yeah, your family should have been a priority. I'm sorry for any pain that my actions may have caused to the guys and to the fans, but most of all to Ariel. The only thing that matters right now is my marriage, and me think not. and my children, because he has 2 kids.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
and that's where I'm gonna focus my attention. Well, why didn't you focus your attention there before?
Yeah. And then have you seen Ariel's
Yes.
statement as well? Because this just, like, made me sad.
Mhm.
Because her statement says, "Thanks to everyone who has reached out to me. It means a lot. Nothing is more important to me and Ned than our family. And all we request right now is that you respect our privacy for the sake of our kids." And, like, it's just sad. I just feel bad. And I know that, like, technically we're not respecting their privacy right now, but, like, we feel nothing but love for Ariel, but Ned deserves to be dragged through the mud for this.
But wake up, queen. You know what I
Just
mean?
stand up, you know?
Yeah. Like, get it together. This is horrible and
It just is sad.
embarrassing.
It's just so sad. And, like, who knows? Like, this is the type of thing, the type of man who is going to do actions like this after building literally their whole career out about how much they love their wife is also the kind of guy who's gonna say just like the most horrible gaslighty things to keep their relationship, you know?
Exactly.
It's so sad.
Mhm. So that is, you think that would be all,
Mhm.
but turns out it's also mess because other BuzzFeed employees have now come out. Ex-BuzzFeed rather, I should say.
Oh,
And
no.
yes, and are tweeting. They're all been female BuzzFeed, ex-BuzzFeed, and someone, and Maya from Pero Like was like, not surprised at all. Then someone else was like, "Oh, men being men in 2022." Shocked. And then
Mhm.
everyone else was like, "Yeah, definitely not surprised." Thought this was like basically that everyone knew about this. So it turns
Yeah.
out Mans has been a scumbag for a while. And then folks on Reddit are confirming that they were in situations with him where he was being
No.
creepy at clubs toward them, tried to,
Yuck.
made moves on them. So it's really unfortunate. And then there's also videos circulating of Ariel on the all the partners have a podcast called You Can Sit With Us. And Ariel's like on the podcast, Kirsten, talking about Ned like not cleaning, complaining about yeah,
What?
her throwing out like leftovers, like bad leftovers. And this, which is like fine, right? If you're in a relationship and stay with someone, you know that sometimes you argue about this stuff. But no, what's weird is that he not only does he do that, they have a nanny and the nanny's vegan and gluten free, so brings her own food. And this is how much regard he doesn't have for people that he just eats her food because it's in the front of the fridge.
Oh my
And
god.
she's like, "I'm so sad that he doesn't notice me and the work I do,
Oh my
and that."
god.
Yeah, and that he doesn't realize that this is not our Tupperware from our house, and he just kinda does what he
Oh my
wants.
god. A demon! A full demon!
Yes. So basically my point is that, and I truly believe this, that anyone that is so in your face about their relationship, right? And that is so like, "Oh my god, my wife, my husband," it doesn't matter. They are more than likely very unhappy and insecure, and things are not right at home.
Trying to compensate, right? Because, like, there's a difference between, like, posting pictures with your partner or, like,
Yeah.
if you're talking to someone, "Oh, but yeah, my partner does this." Like, that stuff all totally normal. But when you're literally like, "I love my wife so much," it's like, "Okay, what are you hiding?" Like, it's the same, like, John Mulaney type shit, you know?
Exactly.
Adam
But
Levine, they happened to Adam Levine last week.
mhm. But yeah, so it's horrible, and it turns out a lot of people knew about it, like inner circle or not, and it's really unfortunate.
I wonder if there's Try Guys blind items.
There
I sh
was, I think, at least a few that I saw. But basically, yeah, being like that he's a creep.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
This is from 2015. We've told you before that his devoted Family Guy act is totally fake. Well, let's talk about where he was on a very recent night. He wasn't having dinner with his wife and reading his kids a bedtime story. And it's a story from 2015 of this guy at a club.
Oh my god, not June
Um,
26th. That's my birthday. That's so funny.
oh, sorry. Well, on your birthday in 2015, allegedly this funny guy who we think is a Try guy, but it might not be 100% sure.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe this is about John Mulaney. 'Cause
Oh,
it
that's
doesn't
so
actually,
funny.
because it's not actually, like, uncovered who it is, and so it just says, like, comedian and blind item. Sorry, this one has to
Mm.
be a John Mulaney one, because like,
Yeah.
we haven't heard any rumors about Ned doing a bunch of cocaine, right?
No.
Yeah, I think we would know by now. So I
Yeah,
think
I
this
think
might be
he's
a
just,
John
like,
Mulaney
creepy.
blind item.
Listen, the point is it could be either of them,
Oh,
and
wait, no,
I
John Mulaney
couldn't
doesn't
tell you
have
the
kids.
difference.
So it can't be John Mulaney, but it could be
Yeah.
any comedian.
But I don't think Ned had kids in 2015.
Oh, see, and this is the problem that happens. Anyways,
Yeah. But
I'll have
either
to
way, the
do
point is
a
it's
deep
mess,
dive,
y'all.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mess.
It's
Absolutely
horrible. They have
horrible.
2 kids, and everything about him is fake. I mean, and even
Damn.
YouTubers, right, that are like, "I love my husband so much. Oh my god. He left me," or "We're divorcing," the next. So it's I've seen it time and time again. It seems like people at BuzzFeed knew all about it. And here's
Wild.
my very alleged take is he
Ooh.
helped hire a lot of these people. So now I'm wondering what's the tea on that? Like what's inappropriate and what has happened?
Well, and it's also like, well, if he hired these people, maybe they didn't feel comfortable saying something about the work environment.
Even though they've left BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
just yeah, that's another piece of it that I wanted to share because I remember when he talked about it, he's like, "Oh yeah, I hired this person. I helped hire that person." Blah blah blah. So overall
Damn.
scumbag and the worst written statement I think in a long time that I've read.
Yeah, it's not a good, like, obviously, he's not paying for that good PR.
No. It's just it's just so sad. And I'm just sad for his family, but I do believe as of right now that they might stay together.
That's what we're seeing so far, but, it's a developing story.
Yeah, we'll see. And I hope she leaves him because again, it's giving he's been doing dirt on her.
100%.
So let's see. It's just I feel sad because he has kids and it's embarrassing for everyone involved. But yeah, Try Guys finally came out and
Yeah.
confirmed it all.
Wild. Yeah, he lost his job, so
Mhm.
you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
That part, okay.